Hi, this is Cathy for TransByDef, and this week our topic is how to be a trans ally. This topic intrigued me quite a bit. It was originally proposed by Morgan Fay, and after having thought about it for a period of time, I realized how interesting it was. My first thoughts on being a trans ally lead back to a young lady, or I should say a middle-aged lady, who when I was transitioning made friends with me and talked to me about all of the things that I was going through and spent a great deal of time just with me, going places, going shopping, going to the mall, going out in town, and learning to be very comfortable as a woman around other people. She was also very helpful in recognizing little weaknesses and helping me to accept people as they approach me and teaching me how to do the things which I needed to do. And I will always be grateful for her taking me to dinner and taking me shopping and spending a lot of time with me, making me feel very comfortable as the woman that I am. And I think that is really what being a trans ally is all about. I think being a trans ally is spending the time to help someone that is transitioning to become comfortable as the gender that they really are. You don't just all of a sudden wake up one morning and are comfortable being a woman. You have to slowly and carefully go through the process of learning the mannerisms and learning how women operate and become as a woman and pick up the female traits. And that is what I consider the most important part of a trans ally. As I went through to be directed and say, no, this isn't correct. Yes, this is correct. You're all right. Nothing is going to go wrong here. Come, let's go out and go to the show and spend time with me, just tutoring me and telling me, well, as your body changes on hormones, you will expect this and expect that. And she was a real good coach in taking me through the process. And I will always be very happy to have had a trans ally that was willing to speak up for me. The second part of being a trans ally, I feel, in this discussion, is to be someone who supports someone who is transitioning. If you do not support the people who are transitioning by using their new pronouns, by using their new name, by complimenting the way they're dressed, by going with them places, by accepting their miscues or accepting them when they slip back into their old male self. I have been friends with several people who have started to transition, and as I am friends with them, I realize that it is very important that you have friends that will go to the places with you, that aren't embarrassed when you make a mistake. And I think that is another part of being a trans ally, where you are out supporting them and helping them. The third part of being a trans ally that I would like to talk about is the person who stands up for you when somebody outs you. When someone puts you down, they get right up in their face and say, that is not right. You don't treat people that way. And I think that part of being a good trans ally, particularly for those who are listening who are cisgender and wonder how to help the people who in their family or in their social circles who are transitioning, the piece of advice I would give you is to stand up for them. Explain to them that they have the right to transition. Explain to people who are putting them down that that's not the way you treat people. You treat them with respect and with kindness and with love. And if I'm ever anywhere and see someone putting trans people down, that's certainly what I do. When I see someone who's transitioning and fighting to make that first initial change and going out public for that first initial time, and I see someone that tears into them, I step right up and say, no, you don't treat people that way. And I think that is a big part of being a trans ally, is when, with people you don't know as well, stepping up to the plate and looking at them and saying, no, you're not going to treat them that way. Yes, they're all right. And actively listening to the person if they're hurt, sympathizing with them, talking with them, working with them. In conclusion, the point that I want to make is that I think there are three different types of people who are trans allies. I think there are those who are tutors and coaches and help you adjust and develop into the woman that you are or the man that you are. There are those who will actively support you and will talk to you and are a little bit distant. And then there are those which will step in and protect you and defend your rights when you are in a vulnerable situation in that transition period. Well, that's what I have for this week. I hope to see you again next week, and I do want to thank Morgan Fay for her very good topic. I really enjoyed thinking about exactly what it meant to be a trans ally. We'll see you next week. Bye.